Good morning. This is Math Lesson 115 for April 30th. All right, our first question, if a can of soup costs $1.50 and serves 3 people, how much would it cost to serve 12 people? Now, there are two different ways to figure this out. So, the first way is I can take $1.50 and divide it by the 3 people and then multiply that by 12 to figure out how much it is. So, we can do it that way. So let's go $1.50 divided by 3, or 150 cents divided by 3. So I know that 3 goes into 15 5 times. 3 times 5 is 15. We subtract, I get 0. Bring down this 0. 3 goes into 0 times. So it's 50 cents to feed each person. So now I can take that 50 cents and multiply that by the 12 people we need. All right, so 2 times 0 is 0. 2 times 5 is 10. 1 times 0, let's put our 0 here first because now we're multiplying by the 10. So 1 times 0 is 0. 1 times 5 is 5. So now I will add that up, and it approximately takes how many cents? You go ahead and pause the video if you want to do it that way. Now go ahead and erase this and do it the other way. The other way is to see that $1.50 equals 3/12. So 3 times what equals 12, or 12 divided by 3. So let's do that. 12 divided by 3 equals 4. So I need 4 more servings of 3 at $1.50. So I could go $1.50 times 4 will tell me how much money I need to feed 12 people. So if we figure that one out, we go 4 times 0 is 0. 4 times 5 is 20. So I'll write my 0, carry my 2. 4 times 1 is 4, plus 2 is 6. And then we'll label. And that's how the two different ways we can figure out how much it will cost to feed 12 people from that can of soup, or for that soup. All right, number 2 and 3 is a polygon that is shaped funny, similar to the one on yesterday's lesson. It's kind of like a fat Utah. All right, so this one's 4 feet, 2 feet, 3 feet, 3 feet, 7 feet, and 5 feet. So question number 2 is the perimeter of this. So number 2 equals the perimeter, and number 3 is the area. I'll write that down really fast. So perimeter, we just know that we need to add up all the sides. So you would have 4 plus 2 plus 3 plus 3 plus 7 plus 5 equals, so I like to do it this way, 6 plus 12. I know that these two are 12 plus 12 equals how many feet? Now they're just bubbles, so you only have to add in a bubble. You don't need to worry about labeling. So 12 plus 12 equals how many feet for our perimeter? So I've broken it down for you quite a bit there. Okay, so I'll let you finish that one up. Now the area is where we have to divide it into 2 different rectangles. So on this one, we go 2 feet by 4 feet. So this is on number 3. I'm going to erase this so we'll work on it. So the first one is 2 feet by 4 feet equals how many feet squared? And that's for this one right here. I'm going to color it in. And for our second one, that leaves us 3 feet by 7 feet. So we go 3 times 7 feet equals how many feet squared? And then we'll take those two numbers. So 2 times 4 is 8 feet squared. And 3 times 7 is 21 feet square, and we'll add them up to get our total. How many feet squared? 21 feet plus 8 feet. Okay, pause the video and finish this equation and fill in the bubble that you think is correct. Okay, number 4, it says we need to complete each equivalent fraction. So our first one is which one of these numbers is equivalent to 1/2? equals what out of 6? So what's half of 6? Okay, so I'm thinking, okay, if I have 6 fingers and I take away half of them, I have how many fingers? So it wants you just to click on the bubble next to the 3. Our next one is 1/3 equals how many out of 6? Okay, what's 6 divided by 3? Okay, so if we have 3 goes into 6 2 times, so there we go. That is equivalent to 2/6. 1/3 equals 2/6, but it's just looking for this number and this number. And our last one is 2/3 equals how many out of 6? Okay, so we just determined that 1/3 is 2, so now we have 2 of that. So what's 2 times 2 would equal 4, right? So if 1/3 is 2/6, then 2/3 would be 4/6. All right. So that's number 4. Our next one is number 5. Select the reduced form for each fraction. Okay, so our first fraction is 9/16. Now this is going across because we're reducing, so then the reducing one will be on the side. So if we reduce 9/16, I'm going to look at it and I look at this and I think, okay, can I reduce this? Or this is on the bottom of the top 3. Let's go ahead and start doing it wrong on this one. Let's start at 2/3. Now we just did 2/3 on number 4, and now we're on number 5. Okay, can we reduce, I wrote it wrong, 2/6. What number goes into both 2 and 6? Okay, 2 is a prime number, so that means it only has 2 factors, 1 and itself, so 1 and 2. So does 2 go into 6? It does. So how many times does 2 go into 2? 1. How many times does 2 go into 6? 2, 4, 6. So it'd be 3. So this one's 1/3. Our next one is 6/9. Okay, I look at these and I look, what numbers go into both of these? So 6, 1 and 6. 6 doesn't go into 9. What about 2 and 3? Okay, 2 doesn't go into 9. 9's an odd number. 3, does 3 go into both 6 and 9? Yes. So how many times does 3 go into 6? Okay, 3, 6, 2. How many times does 3 go into 9? 3, 6, 9. So it'd be 3. So 6/9 is equivalent to 2/3. Then our last one is that 9/16. So I'm looking at this and I'm thinking, okay, 9 has 4 factors, 1, 9, 3, and 3. So technically it's 3 factors. Will 1 go into 16? Yes. Will 9 go into 16? No. Will 3 go into 16? No. So we can't reduce this fraction anymore, so that is just your reduced fraction for number 5. All right, number 6. This is our last problem for today, and it can be a little tricky. So we're going to work through it together. All right, Jamar received $10 for his 10th birthday. So I'm going to write that down. Each year after that, he received $1 more than he did on his previous birthday. He saved all of his birthday money. In all, how much birthday money did Jamar have on his 15th birthday? So on his 11th birthday, so I'm going to put 10, 11 on each birthday, 14, 15. So on his 11th birthday, he received $1 more than last year. So he received $11. On his 12th birthday, he received $1 more. So that's $12. And so on. So we'll just go ahead and fill those in. Now to answer how much money he had, we'll just need to add all of those up. So again, I like to do it and simplify. So $21. This is 25. 12 plus 13 is $25. And then 14 and 15 is $29. So now we have just 3 numbers to add up there. So 1 plus 5 plus 9. So 1 and 9 is 10 plus 5 is 15. Carry my 1. So we have 2, 4, 6, 7. So how much money does Jamar have? So that is an easy way to do number 6. A lot of times it's just thinking it through and writing down what we think is going on. So that's all for today. I'll see you tomorrow.